Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're tackling some surprising health myths that you might still believe. From how much water you really need to the truth about superfoods, we're setting the record straight. Let's dive in. First up, let's talk about hydration. We've all heard it a million times. Drink 8 glasses of water a day. It's practically ingrained in our minds, right? But have you ever stopped to wonder where this magic number came from, and if it's actually true for everyone? Well, the truth is, it's a bit more nuanced than that. The 8x8 rule, as it's often called, suggests drinking 8 8-ounce glasses of water daily. And while it's a good starting point, it's not a one-size-fits-all recommendation. The Institute of Medicine actually recommends about 3.7 liters, or 13 cups, of fluids for men and 2.7 liters, or 9 cups, for women each day. Now here's the important part. This recommendation includes all fluids, not just plain water. Think about it. You get fluids from other beverages you drink throughout the day, like juice, milk, tea, even coffee. And don't forget about fruits and vegetables. Watermelon, spinach, cucumbers, they all contribute to your daily fluid intake. Plus, everyone's different. Your individual water needs can vary depending on several factors. Are you super active? Do you live in a hot and humid climate? Are you sweating more than usual? These are all things that can affect how much water you need to stay properly hydrated. So, instead of obsessing over the exact number of glasses, pay attention to your body's signals. Feeling thirsty? Drink some water. Your body is pretty good at telling you what it needs. And remember, if you're ever unsure about your hydration needs, especially if you have any underlying health conditions, it's always a good idea to check in with your doctor. They can give you personalized advice based on your individual health history and lifestyle. Also, consider spreading your water intake throughout the day. Drinking too much water at once can be overwhelming for your body. Setting reminders or using a water bottle with time markers can help you stay on track. Drinking water before meals can aid digestion, and staying hydrated during workouts can improve performance. Ultimately, staying hydrated is about balance and listening to your body's needs. So, enjoy a variety of fluids and hydrating foods, and make hydration a natural part of your daily routine. Okay, let's move on to a myth that I'm sure many of you have heard, and maybe even believe. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis. Admit it. How many of you have been told to stop cracking your knuckles because it'll give you arthritis when you're older? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can rest easy. Cracking your knuckles doesn't actually cause arthritis. This myth has been debunked by numerous studies, including a pretty famous one by a dedicated doctor named Dr. Donald Unger. Dr. Unger actually cracked the knuckles on one hand every day for over 60 years. Yes, you heard that right. 60 years. And he compared it to his other hand, which he didn't crack. And guess what? He found absolutely no difference in arthritis development between the two hands. Talk about dedication to science. So, what's actually happening when you crack your knuckles? Well, it all comes down to the joints in your fingers. Inside those joints, there's a fluid called synovial fluid, which helps lubricate the joints and allow for smooth movement. When you crack your knuckles, you're essentially creating a change in pressure within the joint capsule. This causes gas bubbles in the synovial fluid to collapse, which creates that popping or cracking sound. Now, while cracking your knuckles might not cause arthritis, it can be annoying to others, and some people might experience temporary discomfort or a feeling of looseness in their joints after cracking them. But overall, if you're a knuckle cracker, you don't need to worry about developing arthritis solely from this habit. Let's talk about food and weight gain, specifically the idea that eating late at night makes you pack on the pounds. We've all heard this one, right? Don't eat after 8 p.m. if you want to lose weight. But is there any truth to this claim? Well, like many health myths, it's not quite so simple. While it's true that our metabolism naturally slows down later in the day, research suggests that weight gain is more about the total number of calories you consume rather than when you eat them. Think of it like this. Your body doesn't suddenly switch into fat-storing mode the moment the clock strikes a certain hour. It's more about the overall energy balance throughout the entire day. A study published in the Obesity Journal actually backs this up. Researchers found that as long as people stayed within their daily calorie needs, eating late at night didn't directly cause weight gain. Of course, this doesn't mean you should start indulging in a giant bowl of ice cream every night before bed and expect to wake up magically thinner. It's still important to be mindful of what you're eating and to make healthy choices whenever possible. But if you find yourself getting hungry late at night, don't stress too much about it. Have a light, healthy snack and focus on getting a good night's sleep. Remember, it's all about balance and listening to your body. If you're hungry, eat. Just make sure you're making nutritious choices and staying within your overall calorie needs for the day. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about finances. It's a topic that can sometimes feel overwhelming, but it's crucial for our long-term well-being. We're all trying to be financially responsible, right? Whether it's planning for a vacation, buying a home, or just ensuring we have a safety net, financial responsibility is key. And one of the most common pieces of advice we hear is to save 10% of our income. This rule of thumb has been passed down through generations as a simple guideline. But is this really the magic number for everyone? Can a single percentage truly apply to all of us, regardless of our unique financial situations? Well, while saving is incredibly important, and I highly recommend making it a habit, the truth is there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to how much you should save. Your financial journey is unique to you. Personal finance is just that, personal. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. A study by the National Bureau of Economic Research actually emphasizes this point. They highlight the diversity in financial needs and goals among individuals. They found that the ideal savings rate can vary widely depending on individual circumstances such as your income, expenses, financial goals, and even your risk tolerance. It's about finding what works best for you. For example, if you're earning a higher income and have relatively low expenses, you might be able to comfortably save more than 10% of your income. This could accelerate your financial goals. On the other hand, if you're just starting out in your career or have significant expenses, like student loans or a mortgage, saving 10% might feel impossible. And that's okay too. The key is to create a budget that works for you and to be realistic about your savings goals. Tailor your financial plan to fit your life, not the other way around. Start by tracking your spending for a few months to get a clear picture of where your money is going. This will help you identify patterns and areas for improvement. Then, look for areas where you can potentially cut back and redirect those funds towards savings. Small adjustments can make a big difference over time. And remember, even small amounts add up over time, especially with the power of compound interest working in your favor. It's the little steps that lead to big changes. So, even if you can only swing 5% right now, that's still a great start. Every bit counts, and it's the consistency that will pay off in the long run. Let's wrap up with a myth that's taken the health and wellness world by storm. The idea that superfoods like acai berries, kale, and goji berries hold some sort of magical power to transform your health. Now, don't get me wrong, these foods are definitely nutritious and can be part of a healthy diet. But are they miracle foods that will single-handedly cure all ailments and make you live to 100? Not quite. The term superfood itself is more of a marketing term than a scientific classification. While these foods often boast high levels of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, there's no scientific consensus on exactly what constitutes a superfood, or how much of them you need to eat to reap the supposed benefits. The truth is, no single food, no matter how nutrient-dense, can magically erase years of unhealthy habits or make up for a poor diet overall. Focusing on just a handful of superfoods while neglecting other important food groups can actually do more harm than good. Instead of chasing after the latest superfood trend, Focus on building a balanced and sustainable dietary pattern that includes a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Enjoy acai bowls and kale smoothies in moderation. But remember that they're not magic bullets. It's the overall dietary pattern that truly matters when it comes to long-term health and well-being. So there you have it, 5 common health myths debunked. Remember, it's always best to be critical of what you hear, especially when it comes to your health. Don't be afraid to ask questions, do your research, and consult with qualified healthcare professionals for evidence-based advice. The key to a healthy lifestyle is variety and balance. Incorporate a wide range of nutrient-dense foods into your meals, and don't rely on any single food to provide all your nutritional needs. By doing so, you'll be more likely to get the full spectrum of nutrients your body requires to function optimally. Remember, health is a journey, not a destination. It's about making consistent, informed choices that contribute to your overall well-being. So, next time you hear about the latest superfood craze, take it with a grain of salt and focus on the bigger picture of a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle, and healthy fats. Enjoy acai bowls and kale smoothies in moderation, but remember that they're not magic bullets. It's the overall dietary pattern that truly matters when it comes to long-term health and well-being. So there you have it, 5 common health myths debunked. Remember, it's always best to be critical of what you hear, especially when it comes to your health. Don't be afraid to ask questions, do your research, and consult with qualified healthcare professionals for evidence-based advice. And that's a wrap on our top 5 health myths debunked. We hope you found this video informative and eye-opening. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more myth-busting content. Have any other myths you'd like us to explore? Drop them in the comments below.